If you'd told anyone in Chatham a year before that they'd be attending a Centennial parade on June 28, 1969, they wouldn't have believed you. For it was really by mistake that anyone even found out that the town was 100 years old. But when the news was out, the townspeople got behind the project with all the spirit and enthusiasm of a small town just getting started a century ago. The Centennial was fun, but Parade Day was the culmination. And from the Berkshires to the Catskills, they could hear the sound of the birthday celebration ringing out from Chatham's main street. The parade committee had made certain that the weather was perfect. As a matter of fact, they really outdid themselves, for the temperature soared to the 90s. Exact preparation by the committee found the marching units and floats well organized and in position at the 3 o'clock starting. The parade marshals then moved the units off, and Chatham's biggest parade was underway. Up front were a father and daughter on horseback representing one of the town's early settlers. And next off were the high-stepping and sharp-looking Golden Stars of St. Mary's from Montreal. They had come all the way from Canada to be part of the town celebration. The group carried the colors of both the United States and Canada, and it was the perfect international touch. Offered everyone a little something. The brothers of the brush with their well-trimmed beards. The townsmen had grown the beards as part of the celebration. It gave the whole affair a 19th century touch. But most of the women said strictly hands off until the whiskers were shaved. Let us not forget the young lady elected Centennial Queen. It was Marcia Rose, who with her court was placed on a most attractive float. As the town's mayor watched. the hottest day of the year found everyone selling something cold. The Lions Club entry brought the zoo to Chatham, or almost. Massachusetts, the all-girl Berkshire Pom-Poms kept a brisk pace. Twice, the parade found itself divided by trains rumbling across the tracks on Main Street. The engineers gave a friendly whistle and waved to the spectators, a fitting tribute to a town that has been closely associated with the railroads throughout its history. Attracted were well over 15,000 spectators, and they were treated to 10 divisions, including 1,500 marchers, 41 floats, 11 musical groups, and 54 antique cars. The cars stirred many a memory. The heat took its toll. Many young members of the drum and bugle corps had to be given first aid for heat exhaustion. And even a few spectators required help from first aid teams coordinated by amateur radio operators. Was broadcast live by radio station WHUC. The town of Ghent entered a float depicting General Knox's historic march through Ghent when he took a giant cannon from Ticonderoga to Boston to aid in the Revolutionary battles near Bunker Hill. Another train held up the parade for some time. highly respected Old Chatham Hunt Club was well received. The reviewing stand at Park Row and Main Street had been filled by more than 100 dignitaries. Counted among them were congressmen and state legislators. Honorary Centennial Chairman Glenn Hess was up front, along with Chairman Richard Luckin. Even Governor Nelson Rockefeller had sent a representative. The parade took a little over 2 hours to pass. It was a most colorful extravaganza, one that the older townspeople found exciting, not only because it was big, but because it showed that the people of a small community like Chatham can get together and produce a non-commercial and fun event, an event that salutes the founders of the past while not forgetting the town is still very much alive. And for the children, well, it was a day they'll be able to talk about for years, a day that will be handed down through other generations, and perhaps in 50 or 100 years, they'll salute this centennial and remember how even in the year that man landed on the moon, the townspeople of Chatham took the time out to remember their heritage.